Jeremy. So, here you go.
Come on in. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine. How's it going?
Good. Peek it to us.
Jeremy Mogged.
Have a seat.
A business card for you.
Thanks. I'll trade you. Yeah.
A few over there. All right. So, where in Atlanta is the company?
Newman, and Peachtree City.
Peachtree City. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Buckhead. I have a few friends up there. Get up
Buckhead,
there. Twice a year to
Buckhead
get up
doesn't. Buckhead's a lot more fun. We don't have a lot of sick people
probably
there, so I need to be where there's sick people so I can make some money.
All right. So, I mean, let's just get to business before we get started. We have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what would you like to see accomplished by the end of this meeting?
Well, look, I mean, the reason I took this is because I have payroll challenges. We do our own payroll. My wife handles it for me. The thing I like about it is that I never had to pay anybody to do my payroll. We started small. We got a computer program. Said it was for small businesses. Cost me $30 10 years ago. Awesome. I'm 35 people now. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, maybe I've outgrown it. I don't really know. But, I mean, my wife still does it. We got mistakes. There's problems. There's issues. And so, essentially, I like it because it doesn't cost me money. I don't like probably what you're going to tell me because you're going to tell me to make my life better I have to spend money. And really, I just opened the second practice. It should have been as easy as the first one. It hasn't been. I'm trying to open up a third one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get more equipment. And the concept of saving money is awesome, but spending money to save money, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. So if you got a way to do it, it makes sense. I'm cool to listen to it, but I'm really conscious about trying to figure out how to get swallowed having to spend money to save money.
Okay. Well, I have this little lead behind right here. I'll just
Okay, thank you.
right there. So I'm gonna ask some questions to find out a little more, understand your business.
Okay.
If you have any, feel free to shoot them my way.
Yeah.
And by the end of the meeting, we'll be able to decide if you're confident with what you have now or if you want ADP to process your next payroll.
Cool.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. You mind if I take notes?
Please do.
Okay. So before we start, who else besides yourself is involved in the decision-making process?
I mean, it depends on what the decision is, but I mean, it's my practice. My name's on the front of the building, so it's going to be me.
Okay. And at the beginning of meetings, I like to paint a picture for you so you can kind of see how our service is known to be top of the industry versus me just telling you and you having to believe me.
Sure.
So, I found working with young, growing, family-owned businesses.
Right.
They do their payroll and admin duties on their own, like you said right now.
Yeah.
So when I spoke with, in this instance, McKenna Reese of Reese Urgent Care, she had her sister doing all the payroll, manual input, all that, like you spoke with your wife does.
Mm-hmm.
So when I spoke with her, like our first meeting now, she said she was looking to be more efficient, or find a more efficient way to input time cards, deal with checks, and get rid of the human error that comes with manual input. So we sat down, did a tailored process of all our services, and got a nice bundle. So then we were able to cut her pre-process payroll time by 60%, giving her sister more time to commit to recruiting more because they were looking to expand as well. So since then, they've actually expanded 50%. So it sounds a little drastic, but the majority of my clients actually do see very similar results.
Got it. I assume you're going to explain to me how I could see those same results.
You're good. Seen a few of these.
Well, I mean, if you've done it for them, you probably
Yes.
do it for me, but I know that they're a different size practice than us, so I mean, our numbers might be different. I mean, if you're able to do those types of things for us, I mean, I kind of figure that's going to be pretty good.
Yes. ADP is broken into three separate divisions. I'm in the small company division, so they were actually only 10 employees at their location. But so what has your experience been like running a family-owned business?
Look, I'm a doctor, which people think we're the smartest people in the world. But I know medicine, and I mean, it was easy to manage things. It was people we knew, and some of the first people we hired were people that we've known for a long time. They've stayed with us for a long time. But the challenges of growing and going to open up a new office with 15 new people that we really don't know that well, Like, I just think we're feeling the pains of trying to still be a small business, doing everything our own. I mean, my wife does the payroll. There's problems, there's mistakes. You know, when we do it in our first office, those people have been with us forever. It's, hey, this didn't get done, can you fix this? Absolutely. These new people that we don't know, I mean, they expect way more out of us. And we're kind of failing that. And I mean, I say I'm a small business, but maybe I'm not small anymore. I mean, I'm looking at a third location.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got my wife processing payroll. I mean, that's great. It just, I haven't really seen the strains until we open the second office.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good on paper. Well, at
Yeah.
first. So I saw that you have kids as well. It was originally going to be her as a part-time payroll.
Yeah, I mean, look, I
And then
mean,
kinda-
when we started the first office, her mom lived with us. She took care of the baby. Then we had a second child just before we were thinking about moving up to the second office, and then we unexpectedly had a third one right after we opened it. So her time is not really here. I mean, she's only really doing payroll for me part-time, and maybe that's part of the problem. I mean, I pay her a little bit, $500 a week, but, you know, maybe because she's not here all the time, she's not that invested in it. I don't know. I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, opening 2 clinics takes a lot of my time. She argues that it's harder raising 3 kids.
Mhm.
She might be right, but, you know, at some point I got to come up with a different solution. And it's got to make sense and kind of save me money.
Can you walk me through a typical pay period for you and your wife then?
Yeah, I mean, every 2 weeks she goes ahead and puts in all the paperwork, and she processes it, you know, on the off week. Then she verifies, and that's the second week right before we got to pay every Tuesday. And then we issue the checks. I sign them. She sticks them in the mail, and they go out on the following Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then she transmits everything to the bank, and then we have our accountant. She transmits everything to our accountant. So that's all good. But then there's problems, and then she's got to fix it. I'm on the golf course with my buddies on Saturday, and the payroll didn't go through. She's got to fix it. What am I going to do? I'm on the golf course. I mean, come on. So it's her job. It causes us problems at home, causes us issues, things like that. But, you know, I mean, I just, you know, again, what really concerns me is to get this right, it's going to cost me money. And, you know, it might save me money, but I got to see that.
Okay, so what are you looking for in a payroll provider then?
I'm looking at somebody to basically do what we do now. I don't want to worry about it. I just want to go ahead and sign one check. I want to get one statement. I want to take care of everything. This compliance thing that I keep hearing about, that my wife keeps saying she's got to go away to classes and she's got to go away for the weekend. I mean, what? ACA, all these other regulations and things we've got to do. I know we got to do compliance. We have not been sued yet. But, I mean, I had 30, well, not myself, but 34 other people walking around, I guess, could sue me. I don't know if I'm compliant. No one said anything. My accountant tells me I got to get in compliance. I got penalties, all this other stuff. So, I don't know whose responsibility that is. I'm just a doctor. Like I said, people think we're super smart. I know medicine. I don't know this other stuff. So, unless my wife's doing it and I don't know about it, we probably have a need for compliance.
Okay. So how many hours per week would you guess she spends on payroll, cutting checks? You know,
Well,
manual
if it all went perfect, she's about 4 hours a week. She comes in every Tuesday morning. So she does Tuesday morning 8 to 12, and then she's gone. She's gone the rest of the week. But I can tell you, she has to do some stuff from home. She's got to come in every once in a while, take care of things. So who knows? But
separating work.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually like a Tuesday morning. She's in, she's out. But I mean, she probably spends another 2 or 3 hours a week, maybe 4. Basically almost a full day a week if I looked at it. She probably spends a full day a week trying to go ahead and do payroll.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I found this information from the other contact, your executive assistant.
Yeah.
3 minutes each time card, which is done twice monthly. Your wife spends.
Yep.
1 hour payroll key in. That's every payroll, so twice a month.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours signing and sorting checks. So if you add all that up, I mean, I can do the math right now, or you can just.
I'll trust that you've added it up.
Okay, it comes out to 120 hours a year.
Wow.
So which is
It's like 3 weeks a year she does payroll.
5 straight days if you're no sleep, no breaks.
Yeah.
And that's just payroll, not any of the other. But I mean, like you said, the tax, W-2s, quarterly findings, and then you said there's problems, so bank reconciliation comes into play.
Yep.
And then updating employee info by hand. What software are you currently using? You said you bought.
It's not
10 years ago.
QuickBooks. It's like TurboTax for idiots or something. I mean, we spend some money every year to upgrade it. I just signed an invoice to upgrade the new one for 2016. I think it cost me like $1,500 to go ahead and do it. Yeah, so I mean that's what we do. It's something. I mean,
And
but
you're
it's,
upgrading that every year, 1,500. You said.
yeah. I mean, I feel like I've signed this invoice before. I asked my wife why I'm signing this again, and she said we do it every year. So I mean, again, I guess. So
Okay, well, I have this right here. A little agenda. It's more of a leave behind, but there's a few key points I'd like
Sure.
to point out. Why ADP? You have technology. ADP has spent $500 million on technology to help integrate with businesses. So if she has her system, maybe Excel or whatever software, she's able to help integrate that. So there's not much lapse or lost time in doing that. You have the tailored products. Specifically for your small business, 35 people. It's not just one size fits all, even in small business. Customer service, I told you a little story beforehand, but I mean it's top in the industry for a reason. Then bundle services and pricing, same thing. I mean tailored programs. And you're looking at, I mean, you said at the beginning you want to obviously make things more efficient, but you don't want to pay to do it, correct?
sure. Well, I mean,
Well-
yeah. I mean, I assume this fancy stuff in math cost me something. So what's it cost me per month?
Right here, there's two different bundles. There's your average price processing payroll, and then processing plus HR.
Got it.
And this is per processing payroll, so this will be $38.95 at each location. So I have this right here. So you're paying $38.95 times 2, twice a month, and then double it again, which is $155.80 right here.
Okay.
And that's per month. So then times that by the year times 12 would equal roughly $1,870.
Okay.
That's what you're looking at for the year. And that's only $280 more than you're updating your software per year. And this does a whole lot more than just
Yeah, I mean,
taking
this adds a
what
lot
it
of things
does.
that I don't even have now. And I could probably still afford to pay my wife just to stay home because
Well, exactly.
I'd really like not to pay her the $26,000 a year to do this and replace her with that amount of money. But that's a palatable amount. It's a palatable amount for me to say I can spend that just to have a little peace and quiet and actually
Well,
not fight with my
peace
wife.
at home, exactly. Where's the
Absolutely,
time
it's worth $1,800 to have peace in my house. I can tell you that.
And you mentioned the compliance. I was going to talk a little bit about, I'll just briefly touch
Yeah.
this. There's 3 different parts: your cash, people management, and risk management. And this one is where you've said you've had a little issue. Have you had any actual fines or anything yet?
Not that I'm.
Knock
Let's
on
not talk
wood.
about that. Keep moving. Don't talk about that. Yeah.
All right. Well, with this, there's a labor law poster compliance that actually, if a state or federal person came in to your office and you didn't have them up, that's a $1,700 fine just for not having posters.
Yeah.
So you're getting weekly updates because laws are always updating. It's hard to keep up as you're a doctor. You know, you have a lot more going on than that. So it shouldn't be your job. So you get weekly updates that your wife can look at. And there's a mobile software that you go on for HR terms, HR updates, anything that's going on. And that goes to your wife or whoever is dealing with HR at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else on here, do you have any questions with the cash management?
No, I'm good.
It-
Yeah. Because I mean, look, you're providing me a bunch of stuff that's I don't even have now, which means it's got to be good. Meaning it's got to be plus plus. You're telling me you're doing it for this. It sounds great.
So between the 2 bundles, there's one that comes with HR because you're looking to expand people you don't know. You don't have much experience doing that. With the ADP, they have experts in hiring and helping you with certain situations, or if situations arise where you have problems with your current employees.
Sure.
So is that something that would be of interest to you?
Yeah, I would probably take that. I would probably take the higher one. Yeah.
Okay. So are there any other questions that you have about the service?
No, man, it seems straightforward. It's providing me a lot more than I have, and it's a hell of a lot less than I thought it was actually going to cost me.
So where do we go from here then?
Well, I mean, this is good. I kind of thought you guys were the same. I mean, I got a buddy I golf with. I kind of thought you guys were paychecks. Because I told him, I said, hey, I'm meeting with a guy from your company. And he said, well, who? And he didn't recognize the name. I said, yeah, I pulled your card out. He's like, hey, that's ADP. We're paychecks. And I just thought you were all the same. Like, one sold to big companies, one sold to small companies. But I mean, it's a guy I golf with all the time, and so I mean, he's always telling me when my wife's calling me on the golf course, things like, "Dude, get somebody else to do this. Like you're golfing. It's your day off." He's always telling me what an idiot I am. So I thought I was all doing good. Like I actually called somebody to go ahead and follow his advice. So since you guys aren't the same, I'm going to probably go ahead and I'm going to talk to him and kind of see what he has to say about it. So I mean, maybe he'll quote me. I don't know, but maybe I'll let him take a look at what you have to say and have him give me his opinion on it.
Okay. Well, it's a lot more than just price, like with anything.
Sure.
I said top of the line quality, and we have a software that no other person in our industry has. Run Mobile, if you're familiar with that.
Yep.
Cloud-based, and it offers superior support. So I believe it's right here. Yes, sounds like a little commercial. Run your business while we run the payroll.
Yep.
Little afternoon commercial there. It's a mobile device, so it's your wife can do it from home if she wants, or on the road, traveling from the two locations. Just makes it easy. You can do it at your office, and it's all cloud-based. So it's right there. You don't have to worry about employee theft with time check-in, time. It's all automated, like I've explained before. But you can access it from your mobile device or iPad if you'd like to see a demo.
Okay.
If you're interested.
Well, for the purposes of this thing, yeah,
Yes.
you've done the demo. It's good. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, file that. So, after seeing the demo and looking at the other services that we offer that we would feel differentiate ourselves from our competition, where do you see us compared to them?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen their pitch yet, so I'm going to probably compare them to you. So if you're the gold standard, then there should be no issue when he comes out and talks to me. I'm not going to share your numbers, but it's more it's more about what they can do and if it's a different set of things. So it's again more of me comparing them to you and then getting back to you.
No, that's perfectly fine. We encourage you to talk to as many people as you want. Paychecks, Paycom. We feel once you look at them and look at us, I mean, we offer a superior service with superior products.
Okay.
So, would you like to meet next week after you've talked with your buddy this weekend?
Yeah, I'll talk to him this weekend and let's try and schedule an appointment for the end of next week.
Okay. All right, I'll send you a follow-up email with some of the quotes and other stuff just to look at.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
That's good. All right. You're nervous.
Yep.
Settle down. It's totally fine. This is the fourth